Every app you use, every message you send, and every digital dollar you spend relies on a physical machine owned by someone else. If the corporation that owns that server changes its terms of service, experiences an outage, or files for bankruptcy, your access disappears instantly. Your data and your assets are locked inside a walled garden, completely dependent on their permission. We've engineered an internet that is incredibly efficient at sending information from one place to another, yet we completely lack a native way to execute digital agreements immune to human tampering. Ethereum was built to solve this exact architectural flaw. While it is heavily debated as an asset to be day traded, its actual technical function is to serve as an unstoppable, decentralized world computer. Shifting trust away from a private corporate server and placing it into a public network that cannot be turned off removes the intermediary. The control over digital assets moves from the platform back to the user. To understand how this system operates, we have to look at the physical hardware. Instead of relying on a single point of failure, Ethereum runs simultaneously on thousands of independent computers, called nodes, spread all over the planet. When a transaction occurs, data propagates across the map, ensuring every node continuously updates to hold an identical synchronized record. The software running on this distributed hardware relies on smart contracts. These are strict, unalterable, if-then computer programs embedded directly into the blockchain itself. This illustrates the mechanics. If user A deposits exactly 5 coins into the contract, the program mechanically triggers the padlock, automatically releasing a specific digital asset. Because this rigid logic is executed across thousands of synchronized machines, the transaction is guaranteed by mathematics. You do not need a traditional bank, a broker, or any human intermediary to ensure the contract is honored. The mechanism that guarantees these programs execute exactly as written is the Ethereum Virtual Machine, or EVM. It operates as the universal engine inside every single node, processing the smart contract code without any outside interference. But this presents a serious engineering problem. If anyone in the world can upload code to a publicly accessible global computer, what stops a malicious user from bringing the entire network to its knees with spam or an infinite logic loop? This is the solution, an economic friction called gas. Every single computation the EVM performs requires a micropayment of the native Ethereum coin, or ETH. As the contract executes, the required computational energy slowly depletes the user's fuel. If an attacker tries to run an infinite loop, their fuel gauge will hit 0. The operation instantly halts, draining their own wallet for the attempt. The Ethereum coin operates as the literal, mechanical fuel required to process commands. It is the physical commodity that keeps the world computer running. With the hardware secured by gas and validated by global nodes, developers are actively building out an entirely new infrastructure on top of this trustless layer. This includes decentralized finance, or DeFi. These are complex lending, borrowing, and trading protocols that operate entirely via smart contract code, completely removing traditional banks from the equation. It also includes decentralized autonomous organizations, known as DAOs. In these structures, community treasuries and voting mechanisms are governed by code, functioning as massive corporate entities without a CEO. Digital ownership takes on practical utility through non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. They provide cryptographic proof of control over unique digital assets, existing completely independent of a central corporate registry. Because these protocols run on the same universal engine, they freely interact, stacking on top of one another to build an expanding digital ecosystem. When you evaluate this architecture, purchasing the Ethereum coin functions more like buying a barrel of oil or leasing server space than buying shares in a traditional stock. You are acquiring the computational fuel needed to participate in the network. Ethereum replaces the vulnerable hardware of centralized corporate servers with a global machine. It serves as the foundational operating system for Web3, an internet built entirely on programmable truth.